Okay, so I'm making this a couple weeks after. So I didn't like the clip that I made before I left. That just wasn't that good. So I'm gonna make this. But basically, my name's Tanner. I'm joining the military. I've already gone through the whole MEPS process. At this point, I'll be leaving soon. It's gonna be in a weird order in the video because this is gonna be the first clip that I put in. But basically, this is going to be my whole MEPS experience. I went to Nashville MEPS, and I swore in on August 13th. It's the 4th of September right now. They give me a quick ship date. So I leave on the 10th. My ship date is the 11th. So I'm going to be going back to MEPS on the 10th. And then leaving the next day. So I'll probably make a video on that too. Just because, you know, it's going to be my last night. I'm going to make a video as far as I can. Like, all the way up to probably the airport. I don't know if it's going to post. I'm going to try and post it while I'm at the airport. Hopefully it'll upload while I'm on the bus to basic. So I'm going to try and get, you know, as far as I can. But I'm making this because I haven't seen that many videos on MEPS. I mean, there's a couple, but I want to, you know, like personal experiences, stuff like that. So I went to the Nashville MEPS, like I said. So if you're going to Nashville, this is going to be pretty much exactly what is going to be going on. And I think Nashville service is a pretty wide area. Like, I'm from Alabama. It's about a 2-hour and 30-minute drive to Nashville. So I don't know, like Birmingham has a MEPS. But anyways, this video is just going to be me documenting my MEPS experience. So yeah.
It's basically jiu-jitsu / wrestling plus punching and tapping. Yeah. Basically what you mentioned.
For dessert.
Oh.
The dessert is paid for.
Oh, that sounds good.
Make sure you ask for.
Except for the one time in Orlando when I went to, what's it called? Universal Studios.
Okay, so I'm in my MEPS room. It's shit nice as hell. The hotel's nice. It's a Embassy Suite by Hilton. I'm gonna show y'all what the room looked like. So, got a nice little TV. They got 1 bed, 2 bed. My roommate, he's hanging out with one of his friends right now. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I got to MEPS today. Look at all this shit. They got coffee and shit. It's nice. Anyways, I got to MEPS today. The bus, it wasn't really a bus, more of a Sprinter van. It was chill. I think my roommate just got back. But yeah, I'm finna finish this later. So it is 4:30 currently. I couldn't sleep at all last night. I went to bed at like 9. I couldn't sleep until like 4:45, but you know, I'm up. I'm not that tired. So I just gotta log in. So, I don't got a light on. It's fine. But, I forgot to finish the video. But, I passed. I did it. MEPS took a long ass time. So, I'll kind of explain the process. You will arrive the first day at MEPS. If you haven't taken your ASVAB, you'll take your ASVAB. Takes a while, probably about 3 or 4 hours, probably around 3. You go back to the hotel, check in, get your room. Next day you wake up around 4. The place I went to, I woke up at 4:30. I showered the night before. I didn't want to shower in the morning, so I woke up at 4:30. Lunch was at 4:45. Not lunch, sorry, breakfast. Breakfast was at 4:45. I went to breakfast, and it was actually pretty good. They had potatoes and eggs and sausage and bacon, but I was told not to eat the bacon and the sausage because it'll mess with your blood pressure. So after that, you hop on a bus to MEPS. There were so many kids where I was. I mean, at the hotel, there were probably about 100, but half of those people were shipping. Half of them were shipping, and half of them were going through the screening processes. So we ended up getting the MEPS, and we all go in. They do the security check, all that. We get in, check in at the front desk, and we go to the medical screening. And medical took a long ass time. It took me a long. It took well, it's because we had so many people. We probably had about 30 kids, 30 people. Sorry, had about 30 people go through. And it took a while. I mean, so we started off, they're gonna have these chairs lined up, and each chair is gonna be outside of a room, or each like row of chairs is gonna be a different test. So the first test that I ended up doing, I was sitting in line for the vision test. I didn't end up doing it because we did a medical briefing, and during the medical briefing they give you a breathalyzer, which is just to make sure that you didn't drink the night before, because you can't be under the influence while you're swearing in. So I passed that, obviously. I'm 19 and I wasn't drinking nothing. So you get out, sit down in the chair, and I was waiting for the visual test. First one that I got done, actually no, the first one I got done was hearing. So with hearing, the way that it works is they sit you in this room, and it's like a sound dampening room, and you put on these headphones. There's a headset thing, and they will play like tone. It's like beep beep beep, and they play it at different frequencies and different like sound levels, and whenever you hear it, you click the button. So I misunderstood the instructions. I ended up it went beep beep beep. I clicked the button 3 times. You're not supposed to do that. When you hear the first beep, click it once. It'll stop, and you wait for the next set of beeps. You click it, so on. I ended up passing that because they had a system in place, because I guess a lot of people do that. Excuse me. After that, we go to the visual test, or your eyesight or whatever, and they'll have you, I've heard so many different things about it. Like sometimes people say like you look at like some field, you look at a bunch of pictures or something, but we had this thing, and you put your forehead on it, it turned it on, and you looked, and you did your right eye first, and there were numbers, and which it was like from the easiest to the hardest, and the hardest, the letters got smaller, so you chose the row that was the hardest for you to see, but you could still make it out. I think I ended up doing row 9, and you read them off, and make sure when you do it, like you adjust your head a little bit, because it makes it so much easier. Like my eyes weren't focused correctly, so I messed it up the first time. I mean, it ended up being fine, but you do your right eye, your left eye, and they have you do it again, and then they do this depth perception test. The depth perception test, basically there's boxes with dots in them, and that's one question. I did about 10 questions, and they put these glasses on you, and there's circles in these boxes, 3 circles, and one of the circles, it'll be like a 3D image, and you'll be able to see it because of the glasses. So if you see the left circle is 3D, you'll say left, middle, right. So it gets harder as you go on. It wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I mean, if you have normal depth perception, it shouldn't be too hard. That was the end of the eyesight. After that, I went and did the urinalysis. That was pretty easy. Basically, and this didn't take, this wasn't quick, by the way. We were sitting in these lines from about, let's see, probably about 5 to 11. It's a lot of waiting. make friends. I mean, because in the room that we were in, there was a TV. It didn't have shit on it. TV wasn't even plugged in. Ain't nothing to do in there. Your best bet for entertainment is talking to the people around you. I met some pretty interesting people, I would say. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience. Anyways, urinalysis, they have, for me it was, I think it was 4 or 5 people. I think it was 4. And they have these urinals, right, for men. I don't know what it's like for women. I think you go one at a time. I'm not sure. But for men, you line up at the urinals, and there's no dividers. And I don't know, if you're a shy pisser, there were some kids who couldn't pee, and I was like, oh, they couldn't pee. Drink a bunch of water. You're gonna have to hold that shit. One kid almost pissed his pants, but you're gonna have to hold it, because if you're a shy pisser, you better be able to pee, because if not, you're fucked. The way that it works is you have 3 days to give a urine sample, right? You want to do it on the first day. After a couple hours, they'll close their analysis. After everyone's done, if you haven't pissed yet, and you can't piss, they'll close that shit. You have to come back the next day. I think they'll let you stay in the MEPS hotel again, but you have to come back the next day and redo everything, I believe. I don't know if it's just urinalysis or you have to do everything. But you line up, and there's a dude in there, and he watches you pee. It's not hard. It's out of you pee in a cup, and you pee in the urinal. It's easy. Then you get in a line, give your piss to some woman in the lab, sign a little sticker. That's it. Then you got the blood test. They give you this packet of stickers when you get there. During the briefing. No, it's when you get there. They give you this packet of stickers. It's got your social security, date of birth, and something else on there. I think it's the date. And you will use those stickers. You'll pull them out for every test you do, but they'll only take them, and you'll have to write on them for the blood and the urinalysis. The blood test, I don't know what they test for. I think it's just HIV. I think that's it. So the blood test is easy. I had a good doctor. He was cool. He did a good job. He ain't fucking me up, you know. He got it on the first try. It was easy. So I hope that's how it is for y'all. I don't know. So there was that. And that's all the tests and stuff. Then you have the physical. Physical wasn't hard. I went and talked to this doctor lady first, because there was a long line for the physical. He was and they'll direct you. They'll tell you where to go. Make sure you listen to directions. So I was sitting there, and she was so nice. She was cool. This lady, she asked you a couple questions, just verifying your phone storage filled out. Anyways, where was I? The physical. I go in there, and I actually stand up. I'll show you all what she had me do. She was real cool. So, my room dirty as shit. Don't worry about it. So she had me stand, and first she checked my heart. She checked my lungs. She had me put my arms out like this, and what she did was she pushed down, and you gotta hold your arm up. Don't let her push down on your arm. She did it like this. It's real easy. She don't push that hard. What else did she do? It wasn't that much. It really wasn't that much. This is just like this is where you get in your undies. This is just a normal doctor, and she looks over your medical history. After she looks over your medical history, if you have anything that you need to disclose, then disclose it. You talk to your recruiter about it. You should already submitted the forms. You need a waiver, then let them know. Me personally, I have ADD, and I was on medication for it about 3 years ago. I didn't need a waiver because it's been so long since I even filled the prescription, so I had to submit my pharmacy records and my high school transcripts showing that I didn't need an IEP or anything like that. And I talked to her about it. It was weird because she said, I don't see that on here. And I was like, okay, all right. It turns out they actually switched me up with another one of their recruits. So, yeah, that can happen, I guess. After that, I go over to the actual physical, and he listens to your stomach, make sure there's nothing wrong with your stomach. And you get up. He checks you for scoliosis. He looks to see if you got any scars or anything. I had some scars because I used to skateboard, but it's nothing real serious. And then you get in your undies. And it's not weird or nothing. I'll be honest, dude was cool. You know, he was super professional about it. It wasn't like super awkward. Just be professional with them, you know. So you get in your undies, and that's when you do the duck walk. Actually, wait, no. There's stuff you gotta do before this. So I'm gonna show y'all. Pretty sure I did this with my clothes on. Basically, what he had me do, like this, he looked at the bottom of my foot, hit it with this leg, and then he had you get on your heels like this, walk towards him, turn around, walk back. Same thing on your tippy toes, walk towards him, walk back. And then you roll like this. Real easy stuff. And the other doctor, I actually forgot to mention this. She had you do this. So you touch your fingers like that. And they'll have you do is they'll have you look up like this. Real easy. They also have you do wrist stuff, so like turn your hands down, turn your hand like this. Real easy shit. I mean, if your hands and feet aren't fucked up, you should be fine. Then he has you do the duck walk. Duck walk it wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be more difficult. I practiced it, I guess. I thought he had a small office, so I didn't have to walk very far, which was good. I didn't know if I was going to do very well on it. After the physical, you go sit, and wait, and then they'll check you out. He told me, since they had my records mixed up with somebody else, that they didn't have my pharmacy records. So if they do anything like that to you, what ended up happening was, he said I wouldn't be able to swear in because I would have to go back, talk to my recruiter, get my pharmacy records, come back another day. I was like, you know, it sucks. I don't have to go through and do all the physical shit again because I already passed it. The physical guy, after you do the duck walk, he makes you take your clothes off, makes you take the undies off. But it's like, he don't put a finger up your butt. That's weird. Touches your balls. Makes you look to the side, cough, and then you gotta bend over and spread your cheeks. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just for a second. It's a little strange, you know. I never done that before, but it's whatever. So you're done with that. You go to and wait to get checked out of medical. I got checked out of medical. I went to go talk to my recruiter. Or not my recruiter, my service liaison. I'm joining the Navy. Service recruiter liaison. Same thing, whatever. They were cool. They were actually really cool. Making jokes and shit. They were awesome. I liked them. So I went in there and they were like, hey, so take this form over there to that guy. And I took it over to him, and he was like, are you going to be doing like something delayed entry process? I know what DEP is. but it was like long range depth because I couldn't swear in that day, so I wouldn't be in depth. It was something else. I don't know. I go over to him and I'm like, I don't know. You want me to go ask? So I go over there and I ask. And they're like, yeah, you're the kid with asthma, right? And I was like, no, I got asthma. I had ADD. And they were like, oh, they switched your medical records up. I was like, oh, shit, I guess so. So go back over to medical, talk to the dude, and they fix us up. I go back, and they're like, hey, so we got your shit. My phone's better on my back. They got your shit, so you can swear in today. And I was like, oh, all right. I get that little piece of paper. I go hand it in, and then you will go sit with your service liaison or the classifier, I'm pretty sure it's called, and you will talk to them about what job you want. I knew what job I wanted. I wanted to be a sonar technician, STG. So I walk in there. I'm like, hey. I'm like, hey, I want to do STG. And he's like, okay. Have you thought about doing a submarine? And I was like, no. I was like, I thought about it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be on no submarine. So after that, basically he drafts up your contract and you make sure they get your shit right. I was in JRTC for 2 years. I get to go in as an E2. Make sure it says that. So the chief is the guy who actually did my contract, but one of the other guys was like editing it and stuff. It's real complicated. You gotta sign a lot of shit. You can do a lot of fingerprints. So then you go into this other room with this dude in a cubicle, and he reviews your contract. It's not like a service liaison. He just works for MEPS. He reviews your contract, make sure you know what you're signing. Look and ask and see if you get any bonuses, because that's important. I did get a bonus. I got a $15,000 bonus. I don't know why, but shit, 15K, I'll take it. You go talk to dude in the cubicle. Make sure everything's good. He'll do a little make sure you're good. He'll do a little personality check, like a little interview. They're not interrogating you at MEPS, you know. Don't lie to them, but you know. So I go in there, talk to dude, and he's pretty cool. He was a pretty cool guy. So after that, I'm like, hey, I'm like, can I see my contract? Because you know you want to look at your contract. I know what it kind of looks like. I might put a picture up. I might not. You know, it depends. There's gonna be options, and one of the options it will say your job or rate if you're in the Navy. And then underneath that, if you have any bonuses, it'll be another option. So mine is $15,000. Say bonus $15,000. Above that, there will be a bunch of words, and I ended up signing a 5-year contract because the job that sonar technician requires 5-year. It's a 4-year contract with a 12-month extension. So I talked to him about that, and I was like, hey, I'm going as an E2, right? I get a promotion because of my ROTC, right? I just want to make sure it's on there. And he was like, let me check. He was like, no, it's not on there. So he calls up the people. I ended up having to send him my transcripts that day because my recruiter didn't submit them, I don't think, which is fine. I mean, I just emailed it to him. And then he fixed it. They only fixed one part. He had to go back and fix it again. So I'm gonna go in as an E2, hopefully graduate as an E3. And honestly, that's about it. After that, you go sit, and I don't know about the other services, but the Navy, they give you this big ass packet, and I was tired. That night at MEPS, previous video, I didn't sleep. I ended up going to sleep at 12:45. That was when I fell asleep. Bring some sort of sleeping medication. Go to bed at like 8. You gotta wake up early. Go to bed at like 8, 9. No, you can't go to bed at 8. They had a briefing. Go to bed at 9. but I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to bring this like melatonin or nothing because I didn't want to be drowsy in the morning. You're gonna be nervous, so bring something that'll help you sleep. You're not gonna be able to probably. My roommate couldn't sleep either, so I ended up falling asleep at like 12:45. I had to wake up, lock in, and at this point, after I talked to all the people and I had my contract drafted up and signed, I'm tired, man. They give you this big ass packet to fill out. I think it was like 80 something questions, and there's so many you gotta fill. There's more than 80 on there because it's 80 questions, but there's multiple questions per number. Long as shit. I was so tired. It took me like a whole hour to fill it out because I was just getting distracted and I was sleep deprived. I finished that. Actually, it was before I finished that. So what you'll go do is you'll go sit in a little briefing room and you'll talk to someone. I don't think it's the commander. Basically, they'll put up a video on a screen telling you how to do your oath. So after that, you get out of the briefing room, go do your oath of enlistment. It was pretty cool, honestly. It was a nice room. They have it on video somewhere. It's on their Facebook, I think. Hopefully they post it soon. So you do your oath of enlistment. I do solemnly swear. I, John Denner Armstrong, do solemnly swear. All that. And then you're basically in. That's it.
Active duty. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, John Denner Armstrong,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the orders
that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders
of
the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Pretty cool. You know, it wasn't a terrible experience. The waiting, it's you're gonna wait a lot. Probably at least 6 hours of waiting. And it sucks, but I mean, I guess that's just the military. I'm probably gonna have to wait even longer than that in the future. I know that when you go to basic training, it's a lot. So today is August 13th, and I ship out quick. I guess because the rate I chose. I ship out September 11th. Kind of crazy. Anyways, that's less than a month from now. So the whole process, I mean, most people don't ship out that soon. I think that's kind of an abnormality. But you know, it's cool with me. The whole process, I started talking to my recruiter not even a month ago. So, I mean, you can get done with it pretty quick if you want to. The Navy, they give you a little bag, the shirt, got the shirt, give you a water bottle, sticker for your parents, parent of a Navy sailor type shit. I was so tired at this point. I was standing up. I almost fell asleep, but I didn't almost fall asleep. I was locked in, but I was sleepy. But MEPS was a good time. It sucks. The people there were nice. I've heard different stories from different people. A lot of people say that the people at MEPS are assholes. The only people who were mean to me, they weren't mean. They were they just had military, I don't even know if they were in the military. It was security guards at the front. They were a little rude, but it's whatever. Everyone else was cool. They were all chill with you. It's not like you have to be super serious or nothing. I mean, I was joking with the employees and stuff. They were all cool. But yeah, MEPS isn't that bad, really. So I think I'm gonna separate this into 2 parts just because I have so much. It's a lot. It's like 30 minutes just for the MEPS. So I'm gonna separate this into the first part, and then the second part is going to be I'm going back to MEPS because you have to go to MEPS to ship out. I'm going to on September 11th. I don't know what time. Our recruiter will tell me. Anyways, you go back to MEPS to ship out. Get on a bus, go back to MEPS. I think the bus takes you to the airport after you go to MEPS. Then I'm going to Great Lakes. It's in Illinois. It's a little, I think it's like 30 miles away from Chicago or something. So that's gonna be a whole separate video. I know I can't record on the bus to Great Lakes. I'm gonna record on the airplane, record all the way to MEPS. I'm gonna try and record in the MEPS. Hopefully they let me. I'm sure they will. They didn't really care. You can't use your phones at all during the medical screening, but afterwards, after you're done with everything, you've talked to your service, stuff like that, you're waiting on your shuttle to come pick you up. After you sign your contract, you've done your oath, you can use your phone. Pretty much after you do the medical examination, you can go get your phone and chill. You know, I was calling my parents, my girlfriend, and stuff like that. So, this is gonna be my first part. So, I'll see y'all on part 2.